Hello, welcome guys. This is another video, and in this video, I am going to discuss what is the syllabus of CUCET 2022 for annual English comparative literature. So I think this is a subject at the MA English level, MA level, which is quite a new subject. So it is specifically you have a comparative literature here. So what does it involve? How is it different from the usual MA subject, MA English? So let's see what is the syllabus. So the syllabus has history of English and Indian literature, general trends and and it's quite common trends. I think specifically related to what are the very famous writers in Indian and English literatures, so standard writers. Okay. If you want, we can discuss it later. But the literary terms, the second one is this one is need to be studied. Okay. So allegory, what is allegory? We need to study that. Ballad, ballad, and blank verse. Blank verse perhaps means where there is no rhythm, there is no harmony, or the harmony changes quite uh, unexpectedly. There is comedy, connotation and denotation and connotation. It has to be related to what the reference of the ideas are. If there is a specific person, and by using a word, we understand that person. So if I say uh, Ram is the author of Ram is the author of XYZ, that means I am by saying that who is the author of XYZ, I want to connote Ram. And similarly, in denotation, there are slightly different issues, but let's see what is it. And there is dissociation of sensibility. Okay, dissociation of sensibility. So dissociation is, I think, separation, or when you divide somebody into two parts or more than two parts, it's a dissociation. So, what is the dissociation of sensibility? Dramatic monologue, elegy, or elegy, enlightenment. I know about this enlightenment. Enlightenment is a European model of society where any individual has a public as well as a private participation in the society, and the public nature of the participation in enlightenment, specifically in the 18th or 17th century, it says that by being a rational individual and by being rational individual, we can expect our ideas or what we think is right and wrong to be a common sharing in the society. But on the other hand, there is also a private being of the person who needs to be kept within that person's uh, sphere of influence. So, what I am doing in my private life, it is none of your business, and what you do in your private life, it is none of my business. But whereas there is a public life, and that rational contribution to the public life is everybody's business, whoever is part of that society. So that was the Enlightenment model. So then there is epic. Epic fancy and imagination, free verse, imitation. So we need to know what is the difference between free verse and the blank verse and imitation, intentional fallacy, meter, motive, ode, onomatopoeia, paradox, plot, point of view, satire, soliloquy, sonnet, tragedy, etc. So these are the literary terms. Okay. Then what is literary genres? Fiction and non-fiction, traditional and modern classification, autobiography, biography, diary, drama, essay, novel, poetry, prose, short story, etc. Types and subtypes. Hmm. So there is a difference between literary terms and literary genres. So suppose if you listen to a style of music, then the music style can be different based on the pattern of instruments in that music, but the way the instrument is played, it may be similar in uh, different literary genres, but the combination of the instruments will give it a different genre. So you can say musical genre. Suppose you have a musical genre of rock music, then it will have some drums and it will have some guitar and it will have some other violins also. There is not a specific definition by excluding which you can say that this is only rock music. So there may be some style of rock music which may have more violins. There may be some style of rock music which may have uh, no drums. But overall, there are certain instruments and singing styles which are part of rock music. So similarly, there are literary genres where styles and ways of writing are involved. So autobiography is a way of writing. Biography is a way of writing. So diary, drama, essay, novel, poetry, prose, all these are models of writing. And how can we understand literary terms? Literary terms are based on an analysis of literary genres. So we use the literary terms to understand what are the literary genres which we are talking about, and those literary genres can be understood by using the literary terms. So we may use these terminologies like paradox, plot, point of view, satire in understanding the author's style of writing in the literary genres. So that's just a minor point which I want to say. Then the fourth one is comparative literature. Definition, scope, aims and objectives, key terms, literary historiography, and myth and motive. Then there is literary trends and literary movements, aestheticism, modernism, postmodernism, historicism, naturalism, progressivism, realism, revolutionary literature, and romanticism. And then there is elementary knowledge of famous authors and texts from Indian Western and classical literature, then awareness of current literary trends, events, activities, awards, etc. So this is the syllabus of our MA English and specifically comparative literature. Thank you guys for closing this video.